Hello, today I'm going to run through some thought experiments with you on personal identity. I hope you find them interesting. You agreed to take part in an experiment which involves spending the night in a laboratory. There are 100 beds in the room, and you sleep in the one bed which has Master written on it. There are 99 empty beds, all labelled Copy, and also with the numbers 1 to 99. While you are asleep, at some particular point in the night, some scientists take a scan of your whole body, including your brain. The scientists use a scan to create 99 identical copies of you, and these are placed in beds 1 to 99, all while you're still asleep. You are told all this in advance. You agree to the experiment because you're being paid and because you can go home in the morning without anything being done to you apart from a non-invasive scan. Seems okay, doesn't it? But when you wake up in the morning, a thought suddenly hits you which makes you too scared to open your eyes. When you went to sleep, you expected to wake up in the master bed, as that is where you went to sleep, and leave the laboratory with more money than when you went in. But there are 99 other people all waking up with exactly the same thoughts as you, as they are identical, or were as recently as last night. What extra knowledge do you now have that they don't, which proves that you are the real you? On the other hand, you went to sleep as you, and have now surely woken up as you. These other people have been created completely separately from you. You would be sure who you were if they hadn't been created, so why should that change now? They have not come into contact with you or contaminated you in any way. You went to sleep and woke up as usual. So should you be confident of waking up in the master bed, or have you only got a 1% chance? Here's a further twist. You go to sleep in a laboratory and the scientists take a scan of you, as in the previous example, but this time they do nothing with it immediately. Before you go to sleep, they tell you that they are going to hold on to the data until one night, 100 years in the future, they are going to create 99 copies identical to how you were when they took the scan. You wake up in the morning thinking that you must be the real you because the other copies haven't been created yet. But is that confidence really justified? You suddenly realise that you only think it's next morning because of what is in your memory. The 99 copies will all wake up in 100 years' time thinking exactly the same as you. They will also think that they must be the real you because it is the morning after the scan has been taken, and the copies haven't been created yet, so there's no chance that they are the copy. But they are all wrong. Couldn't you be? This example leaves us with a further complication. You might not be 100% sure that the scientists are actually going to produce the copies in the future, even if they assure you that they will. Anything could happen within the next 100 years to stop the scientists from completing the experiment. If you do wake up as you, apparently against all the odds, should you take that as evidence that they will ultimately fail to do so? Have you just seen into the future? Now, 1,000 years ago, a super being made some very accurate predictions about the future, and they've all been right so far. Among these predictions was the exact state of your body at a point tonight when you were asleep. He's already correctly predicted your existence, so it seems likely he'll get this right too. According to the stories, that night, 1,000 years ago, the super being decided to make 99 copies identical to how you are going to be at that point tonight. Before you go to bed, you are told about this prediction and about all the copies that the super being made all those years ago, and you believe it. As you go to sleep, you are not worried about it because it's all happened a long time ago, and it could have no bearing on you now. You wake up having not even considered any ramifications of the super being's experiment. But before you open your eyes, it suddenly hits you. How do you know that it is now and not 1,000 years ago? Obviously you can't have gone back in time, but how do you know that you have ever existed in the present? All you have is your current thoughts and memories, which are exactly the same as the thoughts and memories of the 99 copies that the super being made. They are all in for a big shock. So could it be that you have a 99% chance of waking up 1,000 years in the past? I hope that you have enjoyed these thought experiments and spent some time thinking about them. Your comments are welcome, and as always there is more detail in my own answers in my yet to be published book with the provisional title Stuff and Consciousness.